Welcome back, folks. Another video for you today from North Central Minnesota Press. He's another copycat kind of a guy up there in Minnesota. He's half a soft-sit and he's half First Amendment auditor, as we both know. Neither one really exists. Anyway, today he's going to educate law enforcement on his rights and what the law is and all that good stuff. So let's check him out. Here he is.
Hello, State Patrol. How we doing today?
Good. Name and badge number?
What's that?
Name and badge number?
Trooper Dieter 286.
Trooper
and then a little
Dieter.
faster. You're at 71, 72, and a 60 here, okay?
A little fast?
Yeah.
What do you... I don't understand. I'm merely traveling up the roads safely here.
Okay. All right, going a little fast. Do you have your ID on you by chance?
Is that a request or an ID? I have a name and date of birth.
That'll work. Yep, that'll work.
Am I being suspected of a crime?
You're going a little too fast with the supposed speed, which is 60 here.
Is that a crime?
It is a crime to go fast, yes. 72 and a 60, it's a crime.
It's a crime.
It's a violation, yes.
Is it a crime?
What's that?
Is it a criminal or civil matter?
It's a violation of the state statute.
Is it a criminal?
What's your first name, sir? We're not going to sit here and argue about that.
Well, I'm just wondering if I'm being suspected of a crime.
Speeding, yes.
So I'm being suspected of a crime.
Are we going to argue over a simple speed warning here today?
You might as well just say, yes, sir, that's exactly what I plan to do. I want to drag this out as long as I can, because as you can see, I'm making a video to protect these other citizens from people like you, because, you know, I'm the only one that can do it. Anyway, let's finish this up.
Do you want to make this into a different matter? I'm confused by your...
I don't understand. If I'm not being suspected of a crime, I'm not required to ID.
If you want to blame somebody for how stupid you are, just blame your parents. Don't blame a complete stranger, for Christ's sake. That's ridiculous. Blame your mom, blame your dad, because they raised an idiot.
You're violating state statute for a speeding violation.
Violating state statute for a speeding... Is that a crime?
Do you know the speed limit here by chance, sir?
I don't.
You're being recorded also, just so you know. So.
Okay, you got body cam there?
Yeah, it's activated.
Okay, and dash cam?
Yes.
Okay, I guess if I'm being suspected of a crime, then I will ID.
Okay.
You know.
Well, you're not going to go to jail over a speeding violation, if that's what you're asking, so.
Well, I realize that because it's not a crime, correct?
So. But it's also you can't exceed the speed limit, which is posted at 60 miles an hour on Highway 371.
Is
right?
that a criminal code? What is the criminal code?
Well, you can be charged for not identifying yourself, sir.
I
don't want to take you to jail over that. So.
If I'm being suspected of a crime.
So I'm a state trooper. I identify myself as a state trooper with my badge number.
A law enforcement officer,
right.
Correct?
This city reminds me of some guys back in the 60s and 70s that used to buy the model airplane glue, that Revell glue there, and they'd sniff that stuff all night long, ended up frying their brains. That's exactly what this guy sounds like. Sounds exactly what he sounds like. What an idiot.
Why would I be required to...
All right, sir, you're going to have to step out of the car for me, okay, at this point.
You're
not going to identify yourself to me?
Are you going to arrest me if I do not identify?
You are going to be under arrest if you don't provide your identification to law enforcement for a speeding infraction.
Now, if you all paid attention and remember what that officer said in the very beginning when this video started, he was just going to give him a warning. So this moron dragged this stop out. It was about 40 minutes long. Way longer than it needed to, over this stupid shit, which he's going to give all his information up now anyway, because he doesn't believe in what he's talking about. Just a way for him to make another video.
I don't know why you want to go that route and go to jail and get fingerprinted and everything else.
Well, I'm not refusing to ID. What I'm saying is...
You haven't provided any identification when I've asked for it.
Right, but it's not a lawful order.
It is a lawful... I'm giving you a lawful order to ask for your identification. I wouldn't have pulled you over today if you weren't breaking a state statute. Speeding.
It's not. You're a law enforcement officer, though. You're involved in criminal matters. I would understand if you suspect me of a crime. I will gladly identify myself.
Okay, he managed to turn this into a 1-hour video, and we're not going to do that. We're going to speed through until he finally gives up his information.
Hold on.
See, I'm not refusing to ID.
Even at
At this point, the officer is just calling in for a backup to come and help him pull this guy out of the car. But watch what happens.
you've been refusing since I've been here, so.
I'm not refusing to ID. I just want to know how I'm lawfully required to have to ID. Sir, if you're going to bring me to jail for refusing to If you're going to bring me to jail for refusing to ID, I'm going to ID.
What's your warning? 22.
If you're saying I'll be arrested for refusing to ID, then I will ID.
Yes, you will be arrested if you do not provide your identification on this traffic stop for speed today. Yes, you will be arrested.
I think that's about the 8th or 10th time that officer's told him that he could be arrested for not showing ID. I think so.
Okay.
So this is your last
under
opportunity.
threat of arrest, I will provide my name and date of birth.
Okay, that'll work. What's your first name, sir?
Matthew,
Matthew.
Hew,
Middle name?
Eric, ERIC,
And then last name?
Zinda, ZINDA.
You know, Matthew, if you actually just gave me a correct name, now I have your full name. You could have muted that out, but you didn't. But I'm going to look you up on the registry up there in Minnesota, and at the end of the video, I'll announce whether or not there's anything that I find on there. Let's finish this stop.
ZIN.
D as in dog, A.
And then date of birth?
6/30/1979.
6/30/79.
Yes.
All right, you live around here then?
I don't answer questions. What was your name and badge number
I
again?
told you that already. It's Trooper Diedrich 286.
Trooper
Diedrich 286.
DEI.
It'll be on the paperwork that I gave you today. Okay. All right. Hang tight.
Okay. Here comes the trooper. What did we?
Anyway, just give me a simple warning today. So there's no tickets for the speed today, but the speed limit's 60 on the highway out here. You should know that, okay? So just a written warning. No tickets for you today. All right? Any questions on that at all?
No questions.
All right, you're free to go.
After wasting 45 minutes of that officer's time, I would have given him a ticket myself. I'd have personally given him a speeding ticket. But the cop is a decent guy. He didn't give him a speeding ticket. He did what he originally said he was going to do and gave him a warning. Now this guy's going to pull up the road. He's going to wait till the officer leaves, and then he's going to sit there for about 20 minutes saying absolutely nothing. And as he pulls off, he's going to say, well, yeah, I want another one. Anyway, let's give me a second. I'm going to look this guy up and tell you if I find anything on the registry. Okay, he was not on the registry in Minnesota as far as I could find. With a name like Zinda, I just went to the end of the list, and he wasn't there. So far, so good. Anyway, we're going to add one more video to this, one of his other videos where he's just as stupid as he was in this one. Anyway, let's check this one out. In this next video here, the Minnesota fella here, he gets forced to make a plea deal for a non-crime. Forced him to make a plea deal. I'm sure it was under threat of duress or arrest. So let's watch this wonderful piece of entertainment.
We can go number 15, State of Minnesota versus Matthew Eric Zinda.
Counsel could identify himself for the record, please.
Kurt Porter, prosecuting attorney for the city of Baxter.
All right, and Mr. Zinda is present, and can you hear us?
I can.
Good. And this is somewhat different than other matters you may have heard in the fact this is a petty misdemeanor, and so there's no entitlement to a public defender in this matter. But I will ask you if you wish to have time to seek private counsel to help you in this matter, or are you going to continue to represent yourself?
I will continue to represent myself. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Porter, Mr. Zinda, how would you wish to proceed in that regard?
How would I wish to proceed?
Yes.
I actually,
You might want to give him a couple of minutes to respond, Your Honor, because he has to break open a brand new tube of glue, because he needs a little bit more to get through this. This is very stressful for him.
had a question for Mr. Porter. Is this a criminal prosecution? I guess I don't understand.
Mr. Zinda, we've had this conversation over and over again prior to this hearing. This matter is now set on for an arraignment. Your Honor, I would request that the court advise Mr. Zinda of his charges, advise him of his rights, and that we get this matter set on for a court trial.
Okay. Mr. Zinda, you are charged with a petty misdemeanor traffic offense. Because of that, you have a right to a trial, but you have a right to a trial to a judge only. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to bring in your own witnesses. If the witnesses that you want to bring won't cooperate, you can use the court subpoena power to gain their attendance. And if you are wishing to set the matter for trial, we can set the matter for trial. I am aware of the fact that you have filed or have submitted a kind of a laundry list, and it sort of looked to me like it was sort of on the citation and kind of on the back of an envelope, and where you raised a number of things and sent it to a whole lot of people. If you want a trial, we'll set it for trial. If you want to challenge the jurisdiction of the state or make any other challenges, they'll have to be done in a little more formal than on being written on the citation. And a hearing would be held prior to that trial to address those issues. But once those issues were addressed, the matter would go to trial.
What kind of got skipped over, I guess, is I'm concerned about my right to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation.
And the nature of the accusation is a failure to stop for traffic control device. In violation of Minnesota statutes 169.06.5A3I.
Okay, is it a criminal matter that
petty misdemeanor is not a crime in the state of Minnesota. It is not punishable by incarceration. No.
We'll fill the dead air with, because he's got to take a little break there. He's got to open up the other tube of glue now. He's already gone through one. He's got to go through one more. So he can babble some more nonsense and then end up taking a plea deal. Yeah, this is just fantastic. This guy's an idiot.
Schedule,
Okay. All right. So, but you have a trial date. When the motion is depends on when you make your filing.
I will get it done as soon as possible.
And you have to bear in mind that not only do you have to file it with the court, you have to send a copy of everything to Mr. Porter.
Okay, he's only got a minute left. I still haven't seen him take a guilty plea here. I don't see him being forced into anything. I don't know. Let's see.
And Your Honor, before we go off the record on this matter, I would note that our office sent discovery on November 6th, including videos.
And Mr. Zinda, did you get that information?
I did. I'd also like it noted that I have been asking Mr. Porter about the nature of this matter for since I requested the discovery. And so I'd just like that noted as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. That will conclude the appearance, Mr. Zinda, and you're free to log off.
Thank you, sir.
I must have missed the part where the judge forced him to take a plea deal, which would have been a guilty plea, with a reduced sentence or something like that. Never happened. Never happened. He never made another video after this, like a part 2, where he went to court and won. He ended up serving the police chief, all the police on the force, the mayor, the clerk of court, and everybody else on his lawsuit that never went anywhere, which he made up. He didn't actually file a lawsuit. He just said he was. But yeah, the guy's pretty lame. I'm sorry, this video is so boring and blah. But this guy's had stop sign violations. He's had speeding violations. He got a list full of speeding tickets and whatnot. But anyway, he loses every one of them. Every single one. The guy is dull, dull, dull. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Little lame, little slow, but hey, it is what it is. Love ya. Bye.